Good morning. Good morning. It is good, actually. I'm feeling good. And it's morning time. Diesel, it's gonna be a good day. It'll be a very good day. We're here in Hearst, Ontario at the Esso. Found a nice parking spot here in the back. We are the last people here. I was also the last one to get here last night, so that makes sense. We're headed to Ottawa today, our nation's capital. It's sort of like our Washington, D.C., but in Canada. It's where all the laws are made and where I shake my head at most people. It's a very beautiful city, very beautiful city. All the people, besides the politicians, are amazing people in Ottawa. If you want to come visit Canada, don't forget to stop there. It's sort of like when you go visit America. You sort of want to go see Washington, D.C. Canada is a beautiful place, and our Parliament Hill and our capital city reflects that. I would recommend it. So, off we go, eastward. Did I just spit? Okay, let's see if we can get on to Highway 11 here. Eastbound. The road is a lot busier than I've ever seen it before. Wow. Oh boy. Remember what I told you the other day about these big old Dodges running around? The tow mirrors out. Look at that. There's the tow mirrors and everything. Careful pulling that trailer. You know, good thing you got your tow mirrors out. So you weren't seeing things. There's snow on the ground here this morning. Up in Hearst, Ontario. I hope this is the last snow I ever see, you know? I wouldn't complain. I don't think I would miss it. So it's gonna be about a 10-hour drive, probably about 11 plus breaks. So let's say about 12, 13 hours to get to our destination. Get there tonight. And then we'll be delivering at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And we have a multi-drop load. We have probably about 9 drops, but they're all within approximately an hour or two of each other. So it should be pretty quick. Bang, bang, bang. We'll get them done in the next 2 days. Here at the Petro Canada in Cochrane, Ontario here. Right where we start to go south on the 11. And oh man, what a mess. I was done with snow already. I didn't want any more snow. No, Mother Nature. Get one more, all right. So what's happening is it's water on the road, right? And it flies up onto my truck and then it freezes. So the whole underside of my truck is caked with ice, and the air lines underneath my trailer, they're held up by springs in the back in front of the axles. And the ice was so thick on them that it was weighing them down where they were like just a few inches from the ground. I had to go and bang all the ice off. Maybe I should show you so you can get a good idea of what I'm talking about. Look at all this, eh? Just all frozen ice. Yeah, all of that. And what was happening was these airlines here, they're held up by these springs, right? Sorry, the wind is pretty bad here. They're held up by these springs, and there was so much ice on them that it was almost dragging on the ground. I had to bang all the ice off, and now it's okay. I'll have to check on it in an hour or two. I'm done with winter. I'm just gonna go and say it. There it is. No more winter for this guy. I have a feeling that once I unload this freight here in Ontario, they're gonna send me down south. I'm gonna head down south. I welcome that very much so right now. One upside to this situation here is that we are headed further south in the province, down Highway 11 here, which hopefully means we're gonna get rid of this crazy white stuff. Really sick of it. I was sick of it January, first week in January. I had enough of snow. You know, just stick around for Christmas, and after that, I'm done with it. I have no other use for it. Unless if I had a snowmobile, then maybe I'd be hoping for more snow, but as a truck driver, this does no good for me. But whatever. It's where I live up here, eh? So all I can do is just enjoy the snow here. if it's snowing down in Ottawa. I'm hoping not. We have 6 hours till we're there. I'm planning on sleeping at that Petropass that I always stop at in Ottawa. It's right across the bridge from that the bar and grill where I like to go get a good burger. And this is why I need to keep my mouth shut. You see, I open my mouth and it just gets worse. Every time. You see how far it goes now? It seems to be getting worse the further south we go. Temperature is just above freezing right now, so perfect temperature for snowmaking. Oh, I just can't win. I just can't win. The nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario. All the power in the second largest landmass of the world centered right here. Ooh. You feel that, Diesel? No, I don't either. No. Nope. Beautiful city, though. Beautiful city. We're right on the border with Quebec, so Ottawa and Gatineau are sort of like the same city, except Gatineau is on the Quebec side, the French side, and Ottawa is the English side. Technically, Ottawa is the bilingual side, and Gatineau is the French side. The last couple of times Quebec has tried to separate from Canada, become its own country, they wanted to be their own country, but they wanted sovereignty association, which is... It means that they are their own country, but they share the currency and banks of Canada and share the military of Canada, among other things, I'm sure. And the rest of Canada's like, what? So my tax dollars have got to go to protect you after you leave? And you want to use our banks and our currency? No. I can understand why Quebec wants to leave Canada. Oh man, if we could get the West to separate from Canada, woo! I'd be all for that too. Just leave Ontario and the Maritimes. You can have your own country over here. Western Canada be its own country, Quebec be its own country.
kilometers. Keep left-bound 417.
With the state of our country right now and our government sort of doing whatever it wants to out here in Ottawa, and sort of giving the finger to the West, just like his dad did. The leader we have now, Justin Trudeau, his father, Pierre Trudeau, was also the Prime Minister, sort of like, you know, a dynasty. Because in Canada, we have 35 million people, but we can only find one family to lead, you know? Anyways, his father, when he was the leader, literally gave the finger to the West. They're not big fans of the West out there. Whatever. Long story short, we'll just leave it at that. We don't like them. So if the West, like there's big political groups and political movements out west that want the West to separate, and right now, I know that would be very, well, it'd be bad for me because I drive across the country with truck, but I'm sure that if we separated, there would just be a border crossing and I'd still be able to deliver into Ontario and Quebec.
15 kilometers on 417.
Anyways, so we're talking about Quebec here, not the West. Quebec wants to separate. I say let them go. Bon voyage, au revoir. Have fun. Just don't come around asking us for money or help, alright? If you want to be on your own, you want to move out of mom and dad's house, you gotta pay your own bills, alright? That's all I'm saying. I think that's only fair. Like, how dare you even ask us to pay your bills? You want to be independent? Go for it. Totally understand. If I was in Quebec, I would probably be on that train too. I'd want to have Quebec as my own country because I don't like the policies coming out of Ottawa here right now. Anyway, go for it. Give her. Have fun. But you got to return all our military assets. Don't forget that. We have a lot of our military arsenal and storehouses and whatnot, and our equipment in Quebec. You have to give that back. You have to start from scratch. Unless you want to buy it from us. Just saying. Trucker Josh negotiating the separation right here. I'm in Ottawa. I'm feeling political. And there's room for us at the end. I'm going to drive right in. I'll stick my nose right in here. Try not to take everyone's mirrors off as I come in. There we go. Nice and quiet night ahead. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, son? Boom! Actually got my spot, which is right on the right side here along the curb, so that I can walk Diesel right out the door there. Like a lazy man. Probably not good. I need to start being more active. This summer, I want to commit myself to being more active. Because I'm getting married this fall. First off, I want to look good for the wedding. I don't know why I started like doing my hair when I said that. I want to look good for the wedding. Number 2, soon after the wedding, Brit and I are planning on getting pregnant and having children, having our first kid, which means that this time next year, she'll most likely be expecting. As long as everything goes according to plan and everything works out and everybody's healthy and, you know, all the parts work properly, you know, chances are we could be expecting this time next year. And I've been thinking a lot about that. A lot about the future with children. Thinking about what kind of man do I want to be to my children? What kind of father do I want to be? What kind of role model do I want to be to them? How do I want them to see me? Do I want to be, you know, a lazy slob, fat trucker? Or do I want to set an example and stay healthy for them? Obviously, I want to stay healthy for them, obviously. I'm not going to make any promises saying that I'm going to be the most fit person ever, but I do want to make sure that I control my health. Not only so that they can look at me as an example to control their own health one day, but also so that I can live longer. You know, we're going to be having kids. I'm 29 now. I'll be 30 when we have our first kid, which isn't that old. I know, 30 is like the new 20. I know, not feeling old. But we want to have multiple kids. We both believe in big families. I would love to have 5 kids, upwards of 5. But we're shooting for at least 3. We want to replace ourselves, plus add 1 more to the population pool of our people. You know what I mean? The reason we want to do that is because we're seeing population trends and birth rates in the world. And, you know, the average European, the average Canadian, European couples are having less than 2 children per couple. Now, simple math says that that is below the replacement rate. That if that continues, population levels decrease and my culture decreases. And things look very different in the future. So, I don't know. I'm just a big believer in that if you have the ability to have children, you should be having children. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I believe children should be, if at all possible, within a marriage or at least a common law relationship. Obviously, I believe it should be within a marriage. Eventually, don't take that the wrong way, because I don't make any judgments on anybody. But children grow up best when there's a 2-parent home, a mother and a father. And I want to make sure that my children never have to worry about dad not being there for them. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm kind of tired right now, so I'm sort of rambling on. But the point is that today and lately a lot, I've been thinking a lot about what kind of father I want to be, what kind of husband I want to be. First off, I got to get married. What kind of man do I want to be? That sums it up. You know, when you say your vows, you're committing to a lifetime together. It's a long time. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I believe that I've picked and found the perfect partner, the perfect wife, who teaches me new things, who makes me into a better person. I can have a very cold heart sometimes and very set in my ways, very like this is the way it is, and you know, gotta work. No time for relationships, no time for friendships. So often, like, my friends call me and I don't call them back. And not because I don't want to talk to them. I do. I really love my friends. But they sometimes probably don't know that. They probably don't know how much I actually do care about them. My family included, they probably don't know how much I love them. Because I don't call them. Because I hate telephones. I hate phones. I hate talking on the phone. And I'm on the road all the time. So when I'm on the road all the time, and I hate being on the phone, well, it creates an unfortunate situation. I never talk or see anybody. And Brit is a very social butterfly. She may deny that, but she's a very social person. So it brings me out of my shell, and it reminds me that, yes, I need to make more of an effort. I'm always waiting for people to call me. Maybe I should call them, you know? My friends will call me. Like, for example, Jade and John. John has called me a couple times, and I'll see that I missed a call from him, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll call him back in a bit. And then, 2 weeks go by. And Brit is like, did you call John back? I'm like, oh, no, I haven't yet. And she's like, he's going to think you don't like him. Call him back. I'm like, it's not that I don't like him. I love hanging out with him. I love talking to him. Me and John have really good, deep conversations. Like, him and I get along really well, and I agree with pretty much everything that's going on in his head. He's a great guy, intelligent, smart guy to talk to, and he's very into, little electronic things and stuff that I can learn a lot off him. He's the best man at my wedding. And he's one of my best friends I have. And I don't talk to him enough. I don't. And now he's off the road. Him and his wife, Jade, are off the road. And I want to make sure that I don't lose that friendship. And Brit is good at reminding me to not let friendships die. That I've got to be the one to reach out and hold on to them. That I can't always rely on them keeping on calling me, and they keep forgetting to call them back. I've got to be the one to initiate it, and I've got to be the one to make sure that friendship doesn't die out. So it's little things like that. That's just one example of how she teaches me how to be a better person. And I hope I can do the same thing for her in one way or another. But I'm rambling. I've got to go to bed there. We're going to play this game again that we played last night. It was fun. I was really good at it. I actually won. It's called Get Into the Bunk as Fast as You Can and Fall Asleep.